Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit different video. This is my tow vehicle. It's a 2017 GMC Canyon, and it's got the little Mini Max, the 2.8 liter Duramax in it. And been wanting to tune it since I got it, and I just couldn't tune it while it still had warranty left. But the warranty's up, so we are going to tune it. And I ordered the Green Diesel Engineering emissions intact tune, so it's supposedly emissions legal. But it adds 40 horsepower, 70 foot-pounds of torque. Makes the gas pedal feel a lot better, supposedly. Gives you 2 to 4 more miles per gallon. And I also went ahead and got the trans tune, which works with the trans lockup a little bit better. So it makes the transmission a little more diesel friendly. And I've already upgraded. I've got the Boost Auto tow mirrors on it, so it helps a little bit because I tow the race car and we have a camper we tow with it, and we go camping sometimes. But anyway, follow along and we'll get this tune installed, and I'll do probably do a first drive with it, and then I'll try to update it every few thousand of miles, and definitely do an update like the first day after I tune, the first day after I tow something. We'll do another video update. Anyway, thanks for watching, and talk to you soon. All right, so going to be tuning my Duramax. I've got a 2017 GMC Canyon with a little 2.8 liter Duramax, and finally got enough miles on it for the warranty to expire. So going to go ahead and do an emissions compliant tune. So it's still going to have DEF, still going to do all that. No rolling coal or any of that stuff. Just but anyway, decided to go with Green Diesel Engineering, and just got it in the mail today, so we're gonna get it unwrapped. Comes with the EFI Live tuner, so got to get this guy. Already installed the software on my computer, hook this up to my laptop, do some software updates. Then I got to take this guy out and plug it into my truck, my OBD2 port, and then we'll download the engine tune and the transmission tune, and then we'll email it out to them, and then we'll get it back, and then we got to load the tunes onto the truck. So pretty excited. So we'll get this thing. Came with the tuner, stickers and a card, and then some cables. One of them's a USB, like this is the OBD2 to go to the truck, and then this is a USB to go to the computer to do the software updates. So we'll get all that stuff done, and hopefully we're happy with it, because truck does fine, but it'll be nice. It's supposed to give me a little bit better mileage, and it gives it like 70 more foot-pounds of torque, which will be awesome for a little 4-cylinder. So it'll put up right at 400 foot-pounds of torque, so should pull a lot better, because we have the race car we pull, and then also have a camper I pull with it. So looking forward to it. All right, so here's the instructions on Green Diesel Engineering's website. Already did number 1. I downloaded and installed EFI Live version 8, and then I went ahead and hooked up the tuner to the computer. So now we're at step 2. So we're going to open up EFI Live 8, and we'll go click check updates, and then while that's doing its thing, we'll go reach what we're doing on step 3. So just in the window that pops up, click next, start the process. So really just telling you to update everything. And then once we update this guy, all right, so doing the upload, so now we're updating. Wow. Okay, so we're downloading the update for EFI Live 8. And the newer version, there's an error, however. Well, that kind of stinks. So looks like I'm going to download it and reinstall it, because it says there's not a patch available. Anyway, so we'll be back after this downloads. All right, so we got the EFI Live 8 software updated. So now we're on to the next step, where we're down to step 5. Hold on, let me make sure. So I gotta make sure I got a check mark in the bottom right here. So I'm gonna click it. So now we got a check mark. So now, once we get the check mark, we can do check firmware, so we can update the firmware on our auto cow. So hopefully this doesn't take too long, and then we'll be back in business. All right, so we got our firmware updated. So now I should have read the instructions. I kind of didn't do that right, did I? Hopefully it still works. So check firmware. See, mine didn't look like theirs. So I just got to do an update. See, in the instructions it talks about doing all this stuff, but I didn't have those choices. So anyway, it says mine's up to date. So now we're ready to go out to the truck. So I'm gonna end this, go out to the truck, and I'll download the files, and then I gotta get them onto my computer and rename them, and then I gotta email them to Green Diesel Engineering. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll get a tune back and we can tune it. All right, so my firmware does look a little different, but I'm guessing I just didn't see these. But this last part I had missed. So if you go look here, everything's up to date. That's probably why it doesn't have the buttons anymore. So you got to update this one, and this one. So follow the instructions. Don't do what I did. But we're good to go now. We've got green check marks everywhere. So we should be good to go for the Canyon. So go out to the truck. All right, so we brought the laptop out for instructions in the truck. So the key is in the run position. Truck's not running. Plugged in the auto cow into the OBD2 port, and then it comes up with a green diesel engineering button, and you click the check mark down here to get past that screen. And now we want to go to the tune tool. Press it like you mean it. Oh, it's not a touch screen. Press the left arrow, tune tool. Press check mark. And then it'll say read tunes, which that's what we want to do, because we're going to read tunes. And there we go. So read attached E98 controller. Read the attached. Yes. Dun, dun. So this is going to read the engine tune, and then we have to do the same thing for the transmission tune, which I have to go back. At the end of the read, the tool will tell you it's saved. Press the X button and follow the prompts on the screen telling you to key off. So hopefully this won't take much longer. Alright, so that took probably 4 or 5 minutes to get that done. And then now we're switching. So we just did the engine, so now we're going to do the transmission. So now we're going to read the transmission tune. So hopefully everything goes well. So it's executing, so we'll see how long this takes. Alright, so the transmission tune went a little quicker. You can watch the end here. So it'll tell you, it kind of shuts off everything. And then it tells you it's completed. And then you press the X button. Sorry, it's hard to X button, and it tells you to reset the key. So turn off the ignition, and then you just wait for the countdown. And then after this, we're going to take it inside and hook it back up to the laptop, get the files we need, and then we're going to email it to Green Diesel Engineering, and hopefully we'll be tuning tomorrow. All right, so we're up to step 11. So we've got our reads, completed, and now we've got the auto cow hooked back up to the PC, and we've got EFI Live open. So we need to go to F3 to data files. Under the F3 data files, you'll want to open EFI Live file tune read, and then we'll get them renamed. So let's go to EFI Live, go to F3, and then I'm guessing, what I missed? Did y'all see what I missed? Hold on. Let's go back to the instructions. Going back to the instructions. After the read operations are complete with the tool, connect AutoCal via the USB. Yep. Under F3 data files. Under F3 data files, you'll want to open the EFI Live folder tune read. Did y'all see anything look like that? All right, so let's look for that. Maybe that's what I'm missing. So we close this. Just said to go to F3. And I don't see. All right, let me do some more reading and we'll be back. All right, so these instructions, I guess, are for an older version of EFI Live. So here's mine. So we're down here on step 11 trying to read the tunes on the AutoCal. And you can see, after reading, under the F3 data files tab, I really don't have that. So if you look over here, we have F3, but it's not data files anymore. But if you look over here at Explorer, you can click on it, and then it's got F3 data files. So maybe I should have just hit F3 on the keyboard, but on my laptop. Anyway, I found them. So here's my two tunes. So tune, read. So I've got the engine tune and transmission tune. So I'm going to get these renamed per their instructions here. So I got to rename them with my order number and name, such as this. And then I'll get them emailed out, and then we'll hopefully pick this up tomorrow. Sorry about that, but that's how it often is with the internet, and instructions get out of date when software gets updated. So we'll get at it. Thanks for listening this far if you're still here. All right, so it's actually the next day here. And so I sent my tunes off yesterday about 5 p.m. Got an email from Green Diesel Engineering at about 10 a.m. that the tunes were ready. So we're going to install them. One of the things they said is, like, you want to make sure the radio's off, air conditioner's off, don't open and close doors. Make sure your smartphone's not trying to connect through Bluetooth and all that stuff. So we're going to turn on the key, make sure the radio's off. So radio's off, everything else should be good. So we're going to follow the instructions here. So do the checky mark. And this time we're going to do the tune. So we're going to go to the tune tool. And this time we're going to do the program instead of read. Right, so program. Then we're going to select our tune. And this is the tune I got back from. We're going to do the engine tune first. So the E98, that's the engine tune. So check. Then you get a bunch of warnings. And check. And check. And hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Alright, so here we are. We're tuning. So we'll pause this. Alright, so it looks like we're tuning. And I'll be back. I'll let you know about how long this takes. Alright, we're about probably 6 minutes in. And you can see it erased it. Now it's programming it. And the little green bar at the bottom is slowly going away. I just turned it back on at the end here so you can see the screen, what it tells you at the end of the programming here. And then after this we got to do the transmission tune. So it tells you completed successfully. That's good news. And it's got the X button, so you press the X down here, and now it'll tell you to turn off your ignition. So I've turned off the ignition, and now we just wait for the countdown, and hopefully it don't blow up. Cool. So now we'll get our key turned back on, and we will once again select our tune. So we're still in program full. We're going to select our tune, and now this time we'll go down and get our transmission tune and do our check mark for that one. And same thing, okay, through the warnings, and we're going. And I think there's a few more screens here. Nope, we're good to go. So we'll see how long the transmission takes, and we'll be back. So the transmission tune must be smaller because it's a lot quicker to do. So it's been about 2 minutes, and you can see we're almost finished here. So we'll do this, and then we'll record like the first startup, and we'll go for the first ride real quick too. And then hopefully I'll just update this video. You know, I'll make a little update video in a few months. Not a few months, but probably like the first tank of gas, and then every couple of 1,000 miles, just to keep everybody up to snuff on it. But anyway, so it's finished. So we're going to press the X, turn off the key. Now we wait again, and once it's done, I'm going to run inside and get my wallet and all that happy stuff, and we'll go for a ride. Alright, if you've watched it this long, you just watched me install the green diesel engineering tune on my 2017 GMC Duramax, little 2.8 liter. Very first startups right now, and we're going to go for the very first drive. So a couple of things it's supposed to fix that's kind of annoying is the dead pedal. These trucks have a pretty bad dead pedal in them, where you can give it a lot of input before it really does anything. Pretty big delay. So it's supposed to fix that. Gives the little 4-cylinder 40 more horsepower and 70 more foot-pounds of torque, which is really cool. And then does the trans tune too. I did the transmission tune, so it's supposed to use the lockup a lot earlier and stuff. So it just works with the diesel's low-end torque a lot better than the program that GM had in it for comfort. So we'll see. So let's see if this thing starts. So it started. That's a good thing. So make sure the radio's off. Yeah. So we'll see how she drives. Yeah, the pedal's already way better. Just backing out of the parking lot, out of the driveway here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh wow, that is good. I'm gonna have to relearn how to drive the truck. The pedal's much better. And this angle on the camera gives me like a couple of chins there, which I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe I need to lose some weight. But wait for these cars to go by and we'll get out. And one other thing about this tune too is I like it so far. We'll see. It first impressions is pedals are way better, and it's definitely the pedals like it's nice. So anyway, we're gonna keep driving. It's supposed to give you 2 to 4 more miles to the gallon, which is really gonna be hard for me to check right now because it's winter time and I remote start my truck every morning, let it run. I'm old and don't like being cold, so I let the truck warm up a whole bunch before I get in it. And transmission definitely shifts way earlier and a little bit firmer. Feels good. Yeah, I don't know how much we'll really tell on this. It's lunchtime, so there's a lot of traffic out, but we'll try to get peppy with it here in a minute and see how the 70 foot-pounds of torque feel. But definitely feels peppier. But like I said, it's hard to, too much traffic right now to be silly. So we'll turn around here in a second and make this a short trip so you don't have to keep listening to me talk. But so far, so good. The instructions were good. Looks like EFI Live, the software, may have an update that the instructions quite aren't up to date on their website. So it was a little, you had to do a little digging to find the files because their directions didn't point it to it, which it might have just been me. Hell, I don't know. But I did find them, no problem. And like I said, I emailed them the tune yesterday afternoon, probably around 6 p.m. and the stock tunes, and they emailed me back this morning at 10. So that was a pretty good turnaround. Probably could have had it the same day, you know, if I would have mailed it to them early in the morning. Not 100% sure, but so happy so far, and so far really happy with the way it's driving. We'll floor it here. Yeah, I mean, it's about, I mean, you know, it's still 190 horsepower or whatever, 400 foot-pounds of torque, so it's not fast by any means, but it's peppier, feels better, and hopefully the extra torque will help pull the camper a lot. Yeah, I really like the gas pedal. I almost bought a pedal commander earlier, but I didn't want to tune this thing because it had a warranty, but the warranty's expired now, so I figured it's good to go, because without a warranty, you might as well make it drive better and have a little more power. And yeah, I'm a fan so far. So first impression is good. So like I said, I'll update it probably after this, you know, tank of gas. I can update it, and then maybe every few thousand miles. Plus, first time I actually tow something. So I do have a camper that we pull with us. It's like 6,000 pounds. The truck's rated for 7,600, and we get, you know, the camper last time I weighed it was 6,300 pounds, so we're getting close to that. And the big thing with this truck is it doesn't have any payload, so even if you could pull 7,600 pounds, it would be hard to find a camper with the right tongue weight that wouldn't exceed, you know, your rear axle weight rating. I mean, that's the hard part with this truck. But so anyway, rambling. Happy so far. We'll see longevity wise and, you know, all that stuff. But definitely a big fan of the gas pedal part, and it's definitely peppier. So all in all, it's good. I'll update you after this tank of gas and let you know what I think after the first 400 or 500 miles. But thanks for watching, and let me know if you got any more questions about that GDE tune for the 2.8 liter Duramax. Thanks.